Hello, I'm L Director, and this is L Director Vision. Today we have another special Q&A show of Ask L, so let's get started. Last time you guys were just awesome, you left me a lot of good questions, and what's cool is that the sooner we hit a good limit of questions, the sooner I can do the next one of these. And as you know, no topic is off limits, so let's see what we say today. Cookie Viper says, do a video on parkour. Well, I hope to sometime. Let's see, Brandon Piori, I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name there. He goes, hello, I'm new to this channel. Let's see, read the whole thing there. I'm new to this channel, so I'm wondering, if you were starving, would you eat bugs if they were your only option? Well, I will actually eat bugs even if they're not my only option. I do them for publicity stunts sometimes. I've done them to get child actors to work with me and do what I'm asking them to. My favorite is grasshoppers. Actually, take it back. Ants, I like the best. Ants taste like lemon drops, and they're really good. But grasshoppers are okay. They're bland. They don't have a lot of flavor to them. They're just super crunchy. And here's how you catch grasshoppers. Because I've watched people try to like jump on them and stuff. That doesn't work. Take off your shirt, roll it up like you're going to snap a towel at somebody in the locker room, and then walk through a field of grasshoppers. When you see them in the air, you snap your shirt at them, and you whip it real quick, and that will stun the grasshopper, and you can pick it up, rip off its head, the guts come with it, throw that away, throw the body and legs in your mouth, just start chewing it up, and you're good to go. Like I said, super crunchy, not a lot of flavor, but very easy to catch if you use your t-shirt. And I'm hoping that either on my next episode I'm going to shoot or the one after to come across some grasshoppers, and we'll be able to showcase that. Question 2 says, actually this isn't a question, Josh Piel says, hey L, can you take 2 seconds out of your next Q&A and mention my other channel, The Pro Pickle? If you do, thank you. Well, there you go, Josh. The Pro Pickle. I have no idea what this channel is about, but The Pro Pickle, all one word. Give it a check out if you guys want. Let me know what it's about, because I haven't seen what this is yet. So there you go, Josh. Legend Gamer 0981 says, hey L, thanks for responding to my question. Here's another. When choosing a place to spend the night in the wild, how do you know if it's a good spot, and what do you look for? Well, generally, I follow Les Stroud. His criteria for choosing a spot, if it's a survival scenario, is the 5 W's. And they are, let's see, water. You always want to have water nearby if you can. Widowmakers. You don't want anything overhead that's going to fall and crash on you in the middle of the night. Wigglies. Make sure there's no bugs around. I've actually set up camp in a spot in a log and then heard a buzzing coming from inside the log. It was full of a bunch of yellow jackets and hornets. So I had to move spots, so you don't want any wigglies around. Let's see. Water, widowmakers, wigglies. Wood for fire. You want to make sure you've got access to some wood. And the 5th one is wind, I believe. Wind or weather, one of the two. So you want to make sure that you're out of the wind, you're protected from that, from exposure and such. For me, my number one priority, though, is water. I will go out of my way to make sure I can camp in a spot where I've got access to water, whether it be through melting snow or there's a lake or a river or whatever. I need water, especially because I take the dog out with me, and she doesn't know what's going on. For her, it's just we're out camping or backpacking. It's not a survival show to her. And so there's no reason to make her suffer. So for me, water's my number one priority. I would say wood is a close second, followed by, the other ones. I always want to make sure I've got water and wood nearby, make sure there's no wigglies around, no bugs, and widowmakers I'm not as concerned about unless there's a lot of wind. So as long as, you keep those things in check, you should be good. Let's see. Ollie Pringster says, will you be doing any more L's Kitchen? Thank you. I would love to do more L's Kitchen, but the first 2 that I didn't get a big response out of them. For whatever reason, I don't know. There wasn't a lot of likes, wasn't a lot of views on them still even now, and so I really didn't have a reason to go off and do more. I do have a bunch more planned I can do. I've got a whole list of L's Kitchens I would like to do. And for those of you guys that don't know, L's Kitchen is my cooking show. It's a cooking show for men. It's going to be vegan, vegetarian based because it's all about having a healthy lifestyle, but not having to break the bank doing it and not having to spend a lot of time doing it. Because honestly, when I want to eat, I want to eat. The most I will ever spend preparing a meal is 30 minutes. So 30 minutes or less. Rachel Ray's got a lot of good stuff. She's got man cooking meals and stuff, but these are all my own creations or things that I've learned over the years from various sources. But just because you asked about it, Ollie, I will do another episode of L's Kitchen for you when I get a chance here soon. Probably something barbecue related on a charcoal grill. Let's see. Idaho Outdoorsman says, "Hey, how are you?" "I'm good." He goes, "I got a few. 1. What all outdoor activities do you like to do?" I like backpacking, I like hiking, I like parkour, swimming, fishing, bird hunting. I do a little bit of archery, not much. I have a bow that I shoot occasionally for fun. So just kind of the basic outdoor stuff. But I do not like camping. I love backpacking, but I cannot stand camping. It's dirty. You're in these campsites where all the grass has been worn away, so you're just left with dirt down there, and it's like dirty dirt. It's not clean dirt like you find in the wild. Dirty dirt. And I know that sounds funny. It's just, somebody's probably going to quote me on this sometime. Dirty dirt. Dirty dirt. Too many other people around. I don't like campgrounds. I don't like car camping. It's not my thing. But I love backpacking. That's probably my number 1 outdoor activity. I love rock climbing too. My brother and I used to do that quite a bit. But I don't have any partners to climb with now, so I haven't been able to do that in a while. But I would like to get back into it. So if anyone is in the St. Mary's area, St. Mary's, Idaho, and is into rock climbing, let me know, because I've got all the gear and I'd love to go. In fact, I got my harness right over here. Keeper, lie down. Lie down. Lie down. Thank you. So I got my harness, I got some beaners, I got figure 8, ATC, chalk bag, shoes, got it, everything I need. I've got enough rope to do a top rope setup. Got some runners for that as well and everything like that. So, like I said, hit me up if you guys are in the area and you want to do some rock climbing. See, question 2 from Idaho Outdoorsman. What are your thoughts on martial law? And if you don't want to start anything, you don't need to answer. Martial law, well, being a Christian, I take a different view on it. And in particular, being a historicist Christian when it comes to my view of the end times, I believe that Bible prophecy has been fulfilled from Bible times through now, that it's not all in the future. I believe that the papacy in the Vatican is the Antichrist power. I believe that they're going to prompt the United States to enforce what's called a national Sunday law, and the rest of the world will follow suit. And I believe that this form of Sunday worship is the mark of the beast, because to understand the mark of the beast, you gotta understand who the beast is, and when you understand all that stuff and you start putting all the puzzle pieces together, honestly, Sunday worship is the only thing that makes sense. And the papacy being the Antichrist, being the beast, is the only thing that makes sense. So I don't believe there's going to be like an extreme form of martial law like most people do. I think that if we see martial law, it's going to happen right around the Sunday laws or thereafter, which will happen just before the plagues start. And once the plagues start, probation's over, nobody's got any more second chances to become a Christian anymore. And that's just my personal beliefs. If you guys want to know more about it, leave a question in the comments below, and I can explain why I believe, Sunday worship is the mark of the beast and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure this is just going to stir some of you guys livid right now. You're fuming. You're like, no, he's wrong. Well, tell me in the comments below, and we'll address it next time. Question 3, how often do you go out in the wilderness? I actually live and work in the mountains, kind of. I work in the mountains in St. Mary's, Idaho, and I live just at the base of a mountain in a little town, which I'm not going to name. So I kind of am out in the wilderness 24/7, I guess you could say. I go hiking regularly, and I don't have to drive to get there. It's the beautiful part about it. Alright, here we go, another question. I gotta make this quick. Sport Playa says, hey man, I watched your survival vids and it helped me, so I'd love to see more. Keep it up. Well, you're welcome, Sport Playa. I'm glad they helped you out. And you're in luck because this weekend I will be releasing episode 7 of Surviving the Wild. It did not turn out the way I hoped it would. It was me going off for a snowshoe trip, and then I was going to try to tie a winter episode into it. But due to the dangers on the mountain, you'll have to watch the video to see what I mean, I actually had to come off the mountain without spending a night up there. But I did manage to salvage it and make a survival show out of it, and I spent the night showing how to live out of your car instead. So it's not a typical Surviving the Wild episode, but it's stuff that I've got a lot of experience in because I did spend a month living out of my car. So I thought I'd showcase some of that since I had to come off the mountain due to safety reasons. And I say it in the video, I'm going to say it right now. The reason I came off the mountain, I don't have a spot system to call for help if something were to happen. There's not a lot of cell phone service up there, and I don't have a support crew in place. I'm just going up there alone with my dog most of the time. Occasionally I'll take a buddy with me. But, so if I'm in a situation that is too dangerous, and if I was really in there and not making a show, if I would try to get off the side of the mountain, then that's what I'm going to try to do. Because survival is about being smart, and it's not about putting yourself in a stupid situation just to make an internet show, as much as I like to do stuff like this. So watch the show. It's coming out this weekend, and there's still some good stuff in there. I make a shelter, we get fire going, we melt snow, and I show how to live out of your car. So I hope you guys enjoy. Citizen Kane 380 says, thank you for addressing my question. And I told him you're welcome. Now I had one other question that came in, not on the Q&A 2 video, but on the video I did reviewing my new Bear Grylls Ultimate Pro knife. And in that review and in that unboxing, I showcased this knife and my Buck 119 Special. And somebody else asked, is that all the knives you have? Well, the answer is no. I like to carry this one. This is my Carson design, Kit Carson model M2114. And it opens with just a flick of the this finger flipper right here is what I call it. So you just rake this back and it opens. So that's really cool. It does have the thumb studs on it too, but those take longer to open it that way. So I do the finger flip and it goes, and it's got an extra safety lock built in. So if I hit my thumb button down here and I hit the blade, nothing happens. But if I pull this back with my finger and then hit the thumb release, you can see the knife just drops. So I like this one. My other knife is a Victorinox Tinker Swiss Army knife. This particular one is actually the first one I ever received. I got it on my 10th birthday from my grandparents, and I'm 29 now, so this knife is 19 years old. And I carried this for 10 years, and then I replaced it with another one just because it was getting worn and it had sentimental value. And I've since been through 8 of them, and let's see here. This one is now my current one. This is knife number 8 of the Victorinox Tinker. That's the particular model that I use, and I've always had the same model. I had one salesman try to sell me a Wenger, I don't know what model number it is, but I said no, I want the Victorinox Tinker. I've grown up with the knife, I know the tools that are on it, and it's the perfect knife for me, not too thick. It has a full-size blade, it has a smaller blade, which I use as a scalpel if I've had to do surgery on myself, which ask me about that sometime if you want. It's got a bottle opener with a small screwdriver, or a can opener with a small screwdriver. It has a bottle opener with a flathead screwdriver and a wire stripper. It has a Phillips screwdriver. It has a reamer with a sewing eye in it. I've actually used this to sew up my clothes in the wild. It also has tweezers, very handy. I've used those numerous times. And the toothpick, which I used almost every day to, clean my teeth after a meal. So no, this knife and my Buck are not the only knives that I have. I do like knives a lot. In fact, I actually used to collect them. I've got a really old knife with an ivory handle on it. I've got a Gerber multi-tool. I've got an actual Leatherman. I've got an off-brand Leatherman. I've got a lot of knives. I like knives. I like knives. I like guns. I don't have a lot of guns, but I do have a lot of knives. But as far as what I carry daily, I carry these two with me. And then lately I've been carrying my Bear Grylls one around with me just to kind of break it in, see how I like it, that kind of stuff. So that's all the questions this week. If you have more questions for me, leave them in the comments below. Like I said, no topic is off limits. I guarantee, as long as it's not something vulgar, I'm happy to answer it. You can ask me about my faith, about wilderness, parkour, what I like to eat, what my favorite color is. I don't care. Ask me whatever you guys want. I'm an open book. So this has been L Director Vision's Ask L. I'm L Director, and we'll see you next time right here on L Director Vision.